everyone. The last game of the year. Yes, it is your boy Bud, and welcome back to the Game Day Vlogs. Like I said just then, our last home and away game of the year. We aren't playing finals this year. Caleb, he gives a nice feed off. I take a bounce, run to 50, and don't even get close. Now, don't be tricked. It was very, very slippery conditions. Caleb takes a nice mark, kicks a nice snaggeroo. He had a great day out, by the way. But yes, going back, very slippery conditions. The sun was out in the first half. The forecast was meant to be raining all day long, but we actually got the best of it. And then you'll see in the third quarter, well, actually at halftime, it turned pretty miserable. Came out in the third quarter, icicles, and we finished off the game again in wet conditions. Sunker, he goes back, and of course, he does what he does best, puts it through the big sticks. Although later on, very questionable. You guys will see that, and I'll make sure to point it out. But he missed 2 golden opportunities, I believe. We'll come to that. Anyway, nice toe poke here. Treaders, he says, get off me. And Tommy kicks it across the body and finds Wells, who then goes back and decides to kick it the old drop punt. I definitely would have gone around the body there, but each to their own. Here's a beautiful kick. Dill at the back kicks a goal. And I was looking for the celebration. He said to me throughout the week, Bud, did you get the celebration? Dill, there's no celebration. Don't lie to me. They take advantage here. I get a nice tackle on their coach, and it trickles out of bounds. And yeah, as well here, Unk the man had a beautiful start to the game on the wing. Churchill go back, kick their first goal of the day, and we had a beautiful start. We did. I'm going to use that word a lot. We take it out of the ruck, or out of the contest, I should say. Take a bounce and hit TT on the tit. A lot of T's there, but we move. But yeah, we had a very, very good start. I think we kicked the first 5 or 6 goals of the game, maybe. And it took a little bit for them to respond. But like I was saying, both teams probably didn't have the year they were after. Both missing out on finals. But there was still something on the line here. A good way, I should say, to finish the year off. We get the ball out and hit TT again. And he went back. And I'm not sure whether he kicked the goal or not. Second quarter here. We kick it out. My man Cody on the camera decides to zoom in on Hunts there. Who has a fresh cut, fresh trim. We get it on the left. And it gets touched out the back. Now we finish the day with 2 sausage rolls. You will see them later on. We get a nice spoil. But I think we had 5 total shots on goal. 2 of them touched and 1 not making the distance, unfortunately. Regularly, then you would know last week was our first game back, the return game, and I did have teammate Dylan Garnham on for the voiceover, which was very good to have. But I didn't actually really get a chance as Tit-Tot turns his opponent inside out, goes back and kicks a goal. Great goal. But I didn't actually really get a chance to talk about my time off and the return to the game back. Obviously, this being my second game back. But there was a few of us checkups based on post-surgery as we go. Snowy, that's the first miss, by the way. Hit the goal post. We get the ball, take a bounce, move it forward. But we did have a return to play meeting with the doc. And one thing that kind of did shock me a lot, I was always planning to come back the last few games of the year. But they said to me, look, you're very lucky. And I said this, am I lucky not to go blind in the eye? Because I thought at one stage I was going to lose vision. And they said, to be honest, you're very lucky you didn't die. And to hear that from a professional was very, very confronting, daunting. Here is the goal. Let's go back to the footy. Fumble because it's slippery, okay? We pick it up, shrug it off, and finish very, very nicely. It felt like it looked a lot better in my head, like I'd done something good, but it was just a fumble into a goal. Anyway, back to the post-injury and return. Yeah, that was quite scary, to be honest, to hear that. But I wanted to get back out there, and hence the lid still being on, especially for the end of this season. We do cop actually pretty decent knock to the back as we take a nice mark later in the game. This is it. Missed. Goes back. Well, he gets a free kick for a deliberate rush behind. Moments later, he kicks it up, another goal. But I'm having a laugh with him here. From the corner of the goal square, Snowy hits the post. But he's in good fashion. Hunt winds back the clock, even though he's young. That was a beautiful move. And as you can see, half-time, 81 plays 10. Second half, wet conditions. We take a bounce through the middle of the ground. What are we doing? And the rainbow was out to play. Looked absolutely magnificent on camera and as well being out there. But very, very slippery conditions. Even though the sun did come out, the ball and ground was very slippery. We had a nice bunana through the big sticks, and that's our second of the day. But, yeah, very, very happy to be back out there. Super excited to be back playing footy with the boys. Okay, that's the big thing. You sort of take it for granted, especially week in, week out. And when the weather starts to get a bit nippy, it's not something that you always feel like doing. But especially when you can't do it, it's really good to be back out there. Now, this game was a big game for us in the sense of trying to finish the year off strong. Like I was saying earlier, we probably didn't have the best of years. Injury-riddled, maybe a bit of performance and form. But to finish off with a win is huge. Now, Griff, little did we know, or I didn't know, I wasn't aware, but he might have had his final send-off, and that's why the boys got around him. He kicked his first goal, I think his first goal in about 10 years. I might be wrong there. He'll probably flame me for that. Just a bit of an inside joke, by the way. But, no, very good player. 11-time BNF winner at the club. I'm pretty sure he's won multiple league medals, and he's decided at this stage of his career to hang him up. Who bloody knows with him, though? The only bloke that I've ever seen tape up a hamstring injury, because apparently that's going to fix it. But he's as hard as nails, and yeah, very, very grateful and lucky to have played alongside him, regardless of what he does next year. But an absolute star of the game. Now, us here, we get tripped up, okay? Get the footy, go back, and speaking of the man, we hit him again, Griffin, and he goes back, and right on his limit, puts through his second goal, and again, high fives all around, absolute legend, and he gets it done, and okay, now he's just got the ball on a bloody string. He gives it to me this time around. I get chased down, goes inside the forward 50, and it's a nice handball here, can't lie, and Poos finishes it off with a nice goal. And as you can probably hear in the background, the boys are getting around that. Now this one, we rove it beautifully. Take a bounce, pin back the ears. It was actually a long way out, about 70 out, and it gets marked in the goal square. Flattening. Very flattening. Would have been an elite goal. Looking back on that, that's 100% a throw, but it doesn't matter. It goes our way. Caleb, he takes a bounce. He has all the time in the world. Kicks for goal. And misses, unfortunately. Now Hunts, watch him here. That's 50, mate. Run through, gives away 50. Now seeing that definitely just reminds me of the monkey clapping the drums together, and you can hear the coach.
That peroxide run in your eyes, mate, did it?
Using the peroxide in the eyes. Rate that, definitely rate that. But yeah, Churchill got a bit of a run, probably 50 there, but they ended up kicking a few goals. This is the mark I'm talking about. Clash to the back of the head, must have been an elbow or something, but I felt it. Definitely glad I had the helmet on at that time of the day. But, yeah, they had a bit of a run as Snowy kicks a goal there. I think they kicked 3 or 4 goals to finish off the game. We held on for dear life there. He did handball it away or threw it. I actually don't know. We get the free kick and a 50. And they're telling me to run. As you can see, absolute athlete off. That is some serious pace. Anyway, we go to the middle, hit our man D. And then he goes inside 50, hits Caleb, and he goes back and has another shot on goal. And this time, he kicks it. He could have had a very, very big day out, that man. But I think he finished with 2 sausage rolls himself. And the boys, we get around it. Love it. And we're not far off the end here. Handball over the top. Quick kick along the ground because we're going to get absolutely poleaxed. And that is pretty well all she wrote. A few tackles to end the day. The rain started to settle in. And our last handball of the year goes to Unk. What a way to finish it off. Thank you for all the support. I'll see you guys next year.